Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are in good condition and I hope you are stay at home and stay healthy during this pandemic. I'm WAYAN and in this video we will learn about psychological methods and the contribution of educational psychology. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Psychological methods. Method is a method taken to achieve certain goals. Thus, the educational psychology method is a way to achieve educational and learning goals. And some of the methods commonly used in educational psychology, such as interview methods, introspection method, observation method, test method, questionnaire method, case studies, and other methods. Okay, let's check first. It's interview methods. The interview method is usually conducted with students individually or in small groups. And there are two types of interviews, namely first is relative structured interviews and the second one is free interviews. Relative structured interviews. A relative structured interview is an interview conducted by the teacher to students by asking a number of questions accompanied by alternative answer. The question followed by the alternative answer is usually only the first question as a provocative question. And the second one, free interviews. Free interview or unstructured interview are identical to free interviews and are the most common. Here, the educational psychologists only ask a number of questions that invite students to answer or comment freely. Interviews were usually conducted in informal manner, were flexible, and often took a long time. Besides that, there are three general interview steps such as opening, implementation, and the last is closing. Okay, opening. It's called opening where the educational psychologist or teacher creates a connected atmosphere, provides an explanation of the focus and purpose of the interview as well as the time to be used, etc. Second, implementation. It's called implementation where the educational psychologist or teacher enters the course of the interview, still treat it productive nature and maintain an informal atmosphere. And last, it's closing. Closing in the form of closing of the interviews. Thank you. The possibility of further interviews, follow-up action to be carried out, and etc. Okay, next to the second method, it's introspection method. My friends, historically, introspection is the oldest method of all methods of educational psychology. Introspection means seeing deeply through self or personal observation. This method is used to understand mental health and one's own state of mind. Okay, next, third method, it's observation method. The method of observation is carried out the making observation of students' behavior in reasonable situation. This activity is carried out by educational psychologists or teachers in a plain, systematic, continuous manner. The result of observation are recorded in full. This observation activity can be done directly or also using technologies media. Okay, 4. Test method. To find out the interest, talents, potential, level of intelligence, and other tendencies of students, often educational psychologists or teachers test their students. There are several kinds of tests. For example, intelligence tests, attitude tests, reaction speed tests, and learning outcome tests. Fifth, questionnaire method. My friends, questionnaire is a set of questions written on a sheet of paper or slide that is submitted by educational psychologists or teachers to students to be filled out without intervention from other parties. A questionnaire is said to be eligible if it is formulated, verified, and can be digested if the contents have a logical sequence of answer requested. Refers to the focus of inviting free answer from the subject, only for the purpose of capturing data for educational purposes and learning the existing answer may be interpreted appropriately and the amount is unneeded. Sixth, case studies. A case study is a study or in-depth study of an object such as a person, group, or phenomenon. The various techniques used in the case study framework include personal interviews, psychometric tests, direct observation, and archival notes. Okay, and in the last, it's other methods. Okay, my friends, some other methods that educational psychologists or teacher can use include 3 other methods. It's the first is experiment, and second it's differential method, and the last is clinical method. Okay, experiment are both unreal and real. The experimental method is the most precise, plain, and systematic observation. And the second is differential method. The differential method is used to examine individual differences between students. And last is clinical method. My friends, clinical methods were used to collect more detailed data on adjustment behavior and case of deviant behavior. Okay, next, it's about contribution of educational psychology. My friends, educational psychology has made great progress in understanding how students with different characters can be learned according to a variety of subjects. Based on the experience of many experts, several approaches have been developed for teaching reading, writing, science, mathematics, social science, and other subjects. My friends, psychology has had a profound impact on education through the application of testing class around the world. And then, what is the contribution of educational psychology and why educational psychology should be taught to prospective teachers or trained teachers? Okay, my friends, Sultan Muhammad in 2008, an educational psychology expert from Malaysia, argues that educational psychology helps teachers with the following goals. It's the first, to understand the developmental characteristics of students. My friends, students progress through the different developmental stage of their lives from infancy to childhood through adolescence and adulthood. This stage of development have been their own characteristic and guidance for students. Okay, second, to understand the nature of a classroom or study space. My friends, with the help of educational psychology, the teachers understand students and their needs and problems. This understanding will help teachers in the learning process in general and classroom activities in particular. Third, to understand individual differences. My friends, with the help of psychology, the teacher understands the individual differences of students. The classroom, teachers sometimes face 30 to 50 students who have various individual differences. Teachers with knowledge of educational psychology and individual differences can adapt learning activities to the needs and requirements of the class. And four, to understand effective learning methods. Okay, my friends, every day experience shows the lack of appropriate teaching methods. Sometimes leads to failure of teachers-student communication in class. Educational psychology provides teachers with knowledge of appropriate teaching methods, and educational psychology assists teachers in developing new teaching strategies. Fifth, knowledge of mental health. And six, curriculum construction. And seven, measuring the result of impacts of learning. My friends, an understanding of educational psychology and psychological problems helps teachers to evaluate students' learning outcomes and impacts. Also, it helps teachers to evaluate their own performance. And the last is 8, understanding children's education service guide. My friends, with psychological assistance, teacher education will be able to provide special services for children who are extraordinary, but in terms of their strength and weakness compared to other students. Okay everyone, I think that's all about my explanation today. It's about the psychological methods and the contribution of educational psychology. I hope this video will be useful for us, and I do apologize if there are some mistakes during my video. Thank you for watching and see you on the next videos. Goodbye.